Hello and welcome to the Ithaca Times and the Finger Lakes Community Newspapers YouTube channel. My name is Chris Hooker. I'm the sports editor of the Finger Lakes Community Newspapers, and I'll be your host today. Every week we'll be bringing you a roundup of all the top news stories from all 10 of our newspapers in Tompkins, Tioga, and Seneca County. This week's Ithaca Times cover story takes a look at what our readers read most in 2014 with our top 10 stories from last year. So be sure to grab a copy of that so you can get caught up in the new year. Heading in 2015, be fully caught up on all that happened in 2014. One story that has all of our readers' attention is the traffic standoff in Danby that took place last week. Reporter Mike Nacella was big on this story. After about a 60-hour standoff beginning on December 30th, Dave Caddy, who's 36 years old, died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. The situation began when officers went to Hornbrook Road residence to serve a warrant resulting from a DUI charge. The aftermath of the incident, with the home left in complete ruins, has caused residents to question how exactly the event unfolded. We've got exclusive video from that. If you check out on YouTube our most recent episode of Around the Lake, our weekly talk show, we've got video that kind of shows what the house looks like. So be sure to check that out for some more information on that story. On the county, at its first meeting of the year, the county ledge has reelected Mike Lane as chair and Jim Dennis as vice chair. They also approved a living wage appropriation for the employees at the Solid Waste Center. We're doing a cover story on the living in the near future, so keep an eye on that coming up. In Dryden this week, we ran a story about the Southworth Library offering some reading discussion groups that begin this Tuesday. The groups will be discussing kind of mature level children's books, and they have like related activities as a means to have the kids interact with some of this writing. As part of that, be on the lookout for the Singing Tree, which will be making appearances throughout the entire town, and residents can contribute to it. So check out that story in the Dryden Courier this week for more details on that. In Groton, the school announced the resignation of Superintendent Jim Abrams Monday after a special meeting that was held that night. It was about a 90-second meeting, basically just confirmed that Abrams was stepping down, and they appointed J.D. Pabis, who is a former Groton administrator, to be the interim schools chief. Abrams has been superintendent there for 3 years, and the reason behind his resignation right now is currently unknown. The decision came after an unannounced behind closed doors meeting on Friday, which may have been in violation of the open meetings law. We'll have more of that coming up, so be on the lookout for that too. Newfield, they started off the new year with a bang when Councilwoman Casey Powers introduced a discussion of a waste transfer station ban. There's been a waste transfer station moratorium in place ever since 2013, shortly after the Alternative Waste Services owner Bob Menti filed the paperwork to expand his Bishop Road trash hauling facility into a waste transfer station. In September, Menti filed suit against the town, alleging, among other things, that the moratoria were unreasonably long and accounted to spot zoning. Just days before the town board began discussing the ban, Menti finally received the long-awaited DEC approval for the project. At the February town board meeting, there will be a public hearing on the proposed transfer station ban. In sports, last night I was at the awesome Candor Spencer Van Etten game in Candor. This is a game where you think, man, these are Spencer Van Etten won one game, Candor won 0. There's one combined win between these two teams, but the fact that this is just such a great rivalry. These two schools always seem to go at it and have a great atmosphere. Spencer Van Etten ended up winning 49-45. Came down to some last-second free throws. It was a great game. Next week, I'll be doing a feature story on Zach Dietrich, who's a Lansing guard, and so be on the lookout for that next week. In closing, if you have an idea of something like to see us cover, email editor@ithacatimes.com and click on the link in the description below to check out our website and stay tuned. And be sure to tune next week for more. This is actually going to be my last appearance on our YouTube channel. I am leaving in a few weeks. I'm headed to the University of Buffalo as a grad student. So thanks for watching. Enjoy the work of the new sports editor, who's going to be Mike Nacella. You've seen him before on the YouTube channel. So wish him all the best. It's been a great ride, and stay classy, Finger Lakes region.